Back here on the ML Sports Platter, one of my favorites on the show, Sal Capaccio, WGR 550. There's a little going on in Buffalo Bills world, of course. Insider host and sideline reporter. Sal, thanks for a couple of minutes here. Brought to you by Batavia Downs Gaming and Stanley Law Offices. Just a couple quick questions. Why ultimately Joe Brady as head coach?
Well, I think this comes down to, Josh Allen having a voice. He's got to be comfortable with it, no doubt about it. I was surprised that they stayed in-house after the comments from Terry Pegula hitting the proverbial playoff wall, as he put it, with Sean McDermott. Then you hire somebody who's been a part of hitting that playoff wall on staff, on his leadership team. But at the same time, I think the Bills also valued the continuity that Joe Brady would bring with some of the coaches on staff, the offensive identity of an offense that, was number four in the league in scoring this year.
Allen, we know how great of a player he is. We know how he plays. We know he had a tough year. You hate to put a year thing on it, but 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, this has got to be a complete unlock job for Brady and Allen to add more to maximize him, correct? I mean, I know he's inside the building. Some people might think it's safe, but this has got to be an Allen, he's got to go full nuclear with the playbook at this point now, and they've got to bring in more people. 4 or 5 years, maybe more, 4 more shots to win this thing?
Yeah, I mean, Josh signed a 6-year contract rework / extension last year, so he's got 5 years left on that. He's only 29. He's turning 30 this year. You never know with the style of his play, how long you have him at his superpowers, so to speak. So no doubt about it that, there's a timetable here that you want to get things, you want to win with Josh, right? And he's kind of in that middle to second half of his career, you might say.
Right.
But I think that's part of why you keep Joe Brady on, where he doesn't have to learn a new system. He doesn't have to have an overhaul of everything. And you keep in place the people that he trusts and values. So I think that's got to be all baked into the equation here.
Final thing for you, because I know you have to run. The large part of fans out there, they don't understand how many layers you have to get right for the whole thing to end in a title. You're behind the scenes. You're inside the walls. It's not just about a fire McDermott, boom, fix this. There's OCs and players and mixes and all of that coming together. Do you think there are more layers here? I remember when McDermott got hired, you would let me know, hey, they're going to win. This is going to work here. They're going to change this thing. It's going to turn around. But to be a title contender, right, the narrative to change to get up there, it's very, very hard and everything has to go right. Are there other layers to the Bills that are missing since they fired McDermott that were there with McDermott? How many layers are there in your opinion? I know you still have to win the games, but get inside the walls for me on that side.
Yeah, so I mean, I think one thing that Sean obviously did great was bring a great culture that people bought into, right? And we don't know what Joe Brady's culture is going to be. We know he's a high energy guy. I'll tell you that. I've been around him a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool, right? That he's going to bring that high energy and positivity. But Sean brought a certain stability and consistency to the organization that they were lacking for many years. And I think that's a bit of a challenge for anybody who's going to be taking over for Sean McDermott. And then, of course, you have roster challenges. And that's the next part of this, which is a lot of people thought Brandon Beane might be the guy who wasn't left without a seat here, so to speak. And, the roster challenges are real. You're paying your quarterback $55 million a year. You can't pay everybody around the roster. You have free agents coming up. And, how do you navigate through all of that? So I think there's certainly a lot more layers to it than just who is the head coach of the team. And now we're going to see the next step is, who does Joe Brady bring his assistants? I'm imagining he's going to call plays. It's not certain. And then who's on his offensive staff? Does he keep Bobby Babich in house on his defensive staff? Does he get somebody else? A lot to peel back here.
Yeah, I don't love it and I don't hate it. I think it's just kind of like a wait and see situation. Sal Capaccio, WGR 550, brought to you by Batavia Downs Gaming and Stanley Law Offices here on the Platter. Sal, keep grinding. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, good to talk to you again, buddy. Hope you're all well.